Good day, everyone. Welcome to Math for Young Achievers with Merit Education Center. I'm Teacher Sheena, and I am teaching math in grade 3. Our lesson is about comparing and ordering fractions. Let's review the parts of a fraction. We know that fraction has two parts. The number written below the line in the fraction tells us the total number of equal parts the whole is divided into. This number is called denominator. The number written above the line tells us the number of equal parts we want to refer to. This one is called numerator. Like fractions are fractions that have the same denominator. Let's see this example. The total number of parts in which the circle is divided into is 4. And 3 out of the 4 equal parts are shaded. We can represent this using a fraction 3/4. Now, let's take a look to the next circle. As you can see, the second circle is also divided into 4 equal parts, but only 1 out of 4 equal parts is shaded. We can represent this using a fraction, 1/4. We can say that both are like fractions because they have the same denominator. Let's learn how to compare like fractions. In here, both pentagons are divided into 5 equal parts. For the first pentagon, we can represent this using a fraction 1/5. As for the second pentagon, we can represent this using a fraction 3/5. Now, let's compare these fractions. As you can see, both fractions have the same denominator, which tells us that they each represent a whole that is divided into the same number of parts. Comparing like fractions is actually easy. All we need to do is compare the numerators. If the first fraction has the smaller numerator, it's less than the other. If it has the larger numerator, it's greater than the other. And if the numerator are the same, they are equal. Let's go back to our example. As you can see, 1/5 has a smaller numerator than 3/5. So we will use the less than symbol in between. When ordering fractions with the same denominator, what we need to do is look at the numerators and compare those two at a time. Let's take a look at this example. Arrange the fractions from the smallest to the greatest. As you can see, the fractions have the same denominators. So, all we need to do is just compare their numerators. In this example, 3/8 has the smallest numerator. This means 3/8 is the smallest fraction. Next, 5/8 has the second biggest numerator. This means 5/8 is bigger than 3/8. Now, the last one is 7/8. In here, 7/8 has the biggest numerator. This means 7/8 is the greatest fraction. Now, let's arrange these fractions from the smallest to the greatest. Since 3/8 has the smallest numerator, we are going to place it here. Next will be 5/8. And the last one, which is the greatest fraction, is 7/8. Let's answer this activity. Compare the fractions by writing a less than or greater than sign. Let's start with this one. What sign are we going to use to compare these fractions? To compare 4 sevenths and 2 sevenths, we can use the greater than sign because the numerator 4 is bigger than numerator 2. Number 2. What sign are we going to use to compare these fractions? Okay, to compare 1/6 and 4/6, we can use the less than sign because the numerator 1 is smaller than the numerator 4. That ends our lesson for today. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and see you next time.